Okay, so lesson 1, we're going to be talking about identifying guitar parts. Okay, so almost all guitars will have a headstock. This is the headstock. Some guitars don't, but most guitars will, and if you're a beginning guitarist, chances are your guitar has a headstock. Okay, so you'll find probably the brand name on here, the model perhaps. This is a Fender Stratocaster. You'll find tuners. Okay, that's what these are. These obviously tune the strings. Okay, you may find on your guitar something that looks similar to this, and it basically helps to support the string, keep it in tune. They're called string trees. Okay, this long thing obviously is the neck. Necks can have various profiles, and you just need to find one that suits your hand, that feels right in your hand. You can get very thick necks or thinner necks. It just depends on what you like. The more money you spend, probably the more comfortable the neck might be. For example, if you go like Fender Custom Shop, you'll probably find rolled edges, and the neck will feel played in, worn in, and very comfortable. Even on second-hand guitars, it doesn't have to be Fender Custom Shop. If you get an old guitar that's been well played, you'll find it in that sort of state. So the nut is there. That's what the strings sit in. Okay, these pieces of metal are known as frets. Okay, and these are the fret markers, these black dots. The frets can come in different sizes, and again, just try out your guitars, different guitars, and see what you like. This neck is maple. Necks are not always made of maple. Sometimes they're made from mahogany. Sometimes they have a satin feel. Sometimes they have a gloss feel. A gloss feel can feel quite sticky, and when you're moving your hand up and down, it can sort of make you do that a little bit. Whereas a satin feel is very smooth, and you can run your hand up and down very quickly. The fingerboard, is maple. Now, maple on maple is my favourite combination. Aesthetically, I like the way it looks, and I like the way it feels. Now, you can also get rosewood, that's very common. You can get ebony as well, which is becoming more common now, and palfaro as well, which looks a bit like rosewood. But it really doesn't matter, it's just whatever you like, really, and whatever feels right for you. It doesn't really make too much difference. Although, let's not get into the tone wood debate, but anyway. So your guitar will almost certainly have a body. If it doesn't, you don't have a guitar. And you will find various different styles of guitar. So this one's a Stratocaster, made by Fender. Now, I've got 3 different examples here today. Obviously there are many more different types of guitars, but this one has a tremolo system, which is what this is here. And it basically, what it does is, this guitar's not plugged in, but if you play a note, you can use the whammy bar to, don't know if you can hear that, to bend the note and do all kinds of things with it. Pickups, most guitars will have 2 pickups or 3 pickups. Some guitars will have 1. This is a humbucker, and these are single coils. Single coils will give a thinner sound, a humbucker will give a thicker sound. You can get a single coil hum with single coils, which can be annoying. But you don't get that with humbuckers, and you don't get that with noiseless single coils. Now, some people say that noiseless single coils don't sound the same as true single coils. Well, that might be true. That could well be true, but depends on, are you prepared to put up with hum? I don't like it, but each to their own, right? So you'll have a selector switch, which chooses the pickup. You'll have volume controls, you'll have tone controls, and they're self-explanatory. You'll have a input jack on your guitar. So that's basically it. Like I said, this is a Stratocaster, Strat-shaped guitar. We also have a Gibson guitar. This is slightly different, well, very different in shape and appearance, as you can see. doesn't have a tremolo. It's got 2 humbuckers, no single coils, but it has a selector switch, has a bridge, has controls. It's got a rosewood fingerboard. Headstock is different shape obviously, but pretty much it's the same kind of deal. And like the Stratocaster, this is a very popular choice for guitarists. You know, if you're thinking Strat, you know, you're thinking Clapton, you know, Ronnie Wood, John Frusciante, Dave Navarro. Just trying to think now, because I'm kind of an old school kind of guy, so anyone that I reel off is going to be not a modern player probably. Your Gibsons, you know, you're thinking people like Jimmy Page, Slash, SGs, you're thinking Angus Young, Tony Iommi, for example. And then the other popular choice, another popular choice, is the Fender Telecaster, which is that, and this is my favourite kind of guitar really. This one is, again, controls, selector switch, pickups, bridge, no whammy bar, maple on maple, headstock, tuners, it's all pretty much the same. But again, you know, people that you might find playing this kind of guitar, John Five, he's a Fender Telecaster kind of guy. Keith Richards, known for this. You'll see Billy Gibbons playing this kind of thing, and he plays Gibsons too, but yeah, so there you go. It's just whatever you like basically. So the other thing I want to say about picking a guitar is, don't necessarily be influenced by your guitar hero. For example, you know, when I first bought guitar, I bought the Gibson, the Les Paul, this one, because I was really into Slash and Jimmy Page. But you know, you can never be Slash or Jimmy Page. You can only be yourself, and if you try and be someone else, you're just going to be, you know, a poor alternative. You just need to be yourself, and I naturally just gravitated on my own towards the Telecaster. I just love the shape. I just love the shape of this. I just love the way they look, and so I just naturally drew to that on my own, moved away from what my heroes played. And in fact, my number one guitar player is Brian May, and I don't have a Red Special, but one day. Anyway, the Stratocaster finally. I got this because I really like Robin Trower and I really like Mick Mars. So among others, you know, but you know, John Frusciante obviously, but I went for the humbucker in there because Mick Mars has one. I think Mick Mars has got one here as well, but anyway, there you go. So a little bit on guitars. In the next lesson we'll talk about strings. Okay, peace.